What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Um, Happy MLK Day. Um, so I'm gonna do this video today, and it's about taking care of yourself. A lot of us kind of inspired by Marshawn Lynch, right? Saying take care of your chicken. When he's telling the players take care of their money because he doesn't want people to retire and have issues because they're broken, right? But I'm gonna take it to other places also by saying, I didn't think about this just yet. Take care of yourself. Like take care of yourself every day. DJ, what's good, fam? Take care of yourself. Do because nobody might take care of you like you. And you got to take that into consideration. Like nobody is gonna take care of you like you. I'm calling out, you know. So now we in this situation where um we dealing with each other, but we're not totally invested in ourselves, but we're invested in making other people better. And there's nothing wrong with helping and making other people better. Hey, Naima, there's nothing wrong with helping people and making other people better, but you need to help yourself first, because unfortunately, um, society isn't a place where you help somebody and they help you. You're waiting on karma to come back and help you, but not necessarily a person who you might have reached out and helped. Because a lot of times when we help people, what's up, Goshen? A lot of times when we help people who aren't in a position to actually help themselves. And sometimes you can burn yourself out by helping so many other people. BMT, what's going on, man? Just happy to see you, fam. Okay, you got it. You got it. If you can't call tomorrow, call Wednesday, because I'm off Wednesday. So I'm gonna be working tomorrow and I'm off Wednesday, just so you know. Big Poke Dog, what's up? Scoopy. So what happens is this. You go out here taking care of everybody or as many people as you want. Hey, Miss Jazzy. And you being a blessing to everybody around you, but that doesn't mean you're a blessing to yourself. So you might have to take care of you, because people might get accustomed. Hold up. Yeah, I got to get this volume right. People might get accustomed to you taking care of them to the point where you got to figure it out all on your own. And that's where we're going. That's where we're at. Mauricia, how you doing? That's where we're at with this. So part of the problem is, you're not taking care of you, and you're starting to suffer. What happens when you suffer? There's no team around you to help you. There's no group of people to pick you up when you're falling down. So you got to be careful about that. You really got to be careful about that. And I've learned a long time ago that if you need help, or you may need a friend, you might have to look in the mirror, and the friend you might have is Jesus. Hey, Chickadee, Astro Knight, my bad, Aubrey. So part of the problem with all of this stuff is what? We're dealing in a situation where people in general are, how can I put this? Are giving so much of themselves out to the world, and they're trying to give the world, quote unquote, good vibes and positive vibes. Titan, what's going on? Mike, what's going on? Intense. Oh, snap. Intense, what's going on? They're giving so much love to everybody else in the world, they ain't got nothing for themselves. So you got to take care of yourself, because you might wind up getting upset, bitter, or just hurt or broken by giving too much and not getting anything or enough in return. Hey, Cheryl. So he's talking about you last year. Hey, that's who I am as a person. I get it. That's why part of the reason I'm making this video is because you know you got to take care of yourself. How you gonna enjoy your life? Third degree, what's up, Dapper? How you gonna enjoy your life? You only get one. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't take care of yourself, you want to put that responsibility on somebody else. And like I said, if you're the giver or if you're the person that people look to when things go crazy, then you're the only person that you're gonna have to look to yourself when things go crazy with you. Everybody else isn't gonna even, they're not even built for that. You know, yo, people won't help you when yeah, they won't. I mean, I take that back. They will help, but you know, they'll be forced to. But what about just you know, taking care of self? You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. So the other part about this is validation. I am Alpha. What's up? After I thought about this. I was watching videos and I heard Prime talking to who was it? Prime was talking to Tony Gonzalez. If anybody know Prime time, Deion Sanders. So Tony Gonzalez asked him, you know, how can he ignore people criticizing him and him trying to prove the critics wrong, right? Dizzy, what's happening? LaShawn, what's going on? And Prime said, you know, in the beginning, before anybody else who knew prime time was, when he was playing football, nobody was there. When he was playing basketball, nobody was there. When he was playing baseball, nobody was there. As in, like his parents weren't, his father came every now and then, but his mother and stepfather, they didn't come. So nobody, the people that he wanted to watch him, they weren't there to watch him in the beginning. So he wasn't taxi man. So he wasn't concerned per se about validation because at that particular point he was into doing it for himself. This is something that he liked to do and he wanted to do. You know, he gave it a kick at, you know, but it was something that he liked to do and he wanted to do. So he got out every day to do it. And I thought about it like, you know, you're going to have to validate yourself, to take care of yourself and validate yourself. You know, sometimes your family and your friends might not see what you see. Sometimes your family and friends might not believe in you the way you do. Sometimes your family, your friends, your neighborhood, your circumstances can't see greatness in you. Maybe somebody outside of that can see it. Or maybe they can't see it either. Maybe you got to prove it, you know, prove your worth out in the world, right? Just because you want to do it. Dion, what's going on? So what winds up happening is people getting this in this mix, in this quote unquote rigmarole. I like saying rigmarole. So they get in this rigmarole of where you're worried about the world. You're worried about what everybody else thinks and what everybody else is doing and how everybody else is feeling. But truth is, you got to worry about yourself and you got to do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it for you. And if you don't do it for you, who you doing it for? Because when you're doing it for other people, they're not really down for you like that. Iman, what's happening? For yeah, you know, I've been playing around with this thing, man. Tyrone, what's going on? Third Ward, what's up? You know, but if you're doing stuff for validation, validate yourself first. Don't let people in social media validate you. You know, your family and your friends could tell you you're great, right? That's cool. But you might wind up in a situation where now you're doing it for everybody else and you're doing it because you want them to love you. They're not going to love you the way you love yourself. You set the tone of that. So you got to take care of yourself. You know, and if you don't, you might get taken advantage of. you just might get taken advantage of. And I'm not saying it in a good way, because people might take you not seeing your worth, quote unquote, as an opportunity to leech off of your worth. So you got to take care of yourself. You know, whatever you want to do in life, you got to do that. That's your job, whatever. You set your goals, whatever. But don't be overly concerned. Protagonist, what's up? Don't be overly concerned with outside people's opinions, because they're going to always have opinions, and they're going to always have opinions of you, but they ain't doing what you're doing. They're not trying to do what you're doing. They're just trying to be an armchair quarterback. Let them armchair quarterback, because when you're watching, it's different than when you're doing. That's what this is about. Like, you could have done it better. Well, if you could do it better, do it better. But don't worry about their validation. Validate you. Be proud of what you see in the mirror. Because no matter what you do, unless you do something that somebody else likes, they're going to validate you for doing what they like, or what they wanted you to do, or what they wished you to do. What's up, Tony? They're not validating you on you. You might be doing the right thing, and that might not get validation. But but the thing that they want you to do, it validates them. Don't validate you. It validates them, because if you do what somebody else told you to do, I'm not. If somebody has good intentions and you trust them, listen to their advice or whatever. I'm not saying that. But if somebody on the outside wants you to do something, they're saying they want you to do it. Say, look at me. See, I told them to do that. See, so they want your efforts to validate them. It's not the other way around, you know. So chill out. You know, take care of yourself. Validate yourself. Now, another part of this is take care of your own happiness. Like, real talk. Take care of your own happiness. Go hard. What's happening? Take care of your happiness, because nobody else can make you happy. And I'm not one of those people who do whatever makes you happy, because sometimes that's stupid, because you're going out here doing what makes you happy, and that can be what made you happy that moment. It cannot be good long term. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a person that's going to say do whatever makes you happy, and in long term you wind up suffering. I don't believe in that. But when it comes to your quote unquote happiness, do something right. You know, get therapy too. Like Gregory said, if you got to get therapy, get therapy. But do what makes you happy. And what I mean by, you know, do what makes you mentally happy, do what makes you spiritually happy. You know, sometimes you got to step back and say what and know what you, because you know yourself. You know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know what you want, you know what you don't want, you know what you need, you know what you don't need. So if you're going to take care of yourself, take care of your happiness. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself trying to buy your happiness, trying to sex your happiness. You get what I'm saying? Trying to get enough attention to make you happy. It's going to be all this outside stuff. BJ Onyx, what's happening, man? You know, it's going to be all this other stuff. So you don't want to have everything. You don't need the world to make you happy, because the world is infinite in stuff. That stuff is not going to keep you. It's just stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's not going to sustain you holistically. And what I mean by that is, you know, in some ways, we're all children at heart in this aspect of, you know, I want this. You know, your Christmas toys made you happy Christmas Day. Your birthday gifts made you happy on your birthday. But that doesn't necessarily mean that next week, the week after, you're going to be happy about that stuff. It's just going to be stuff that you have that you can go back to. And you're going to be happy that you can always have stuff around, but the stuff is not going to really make you happy. And ironically, sometimes stuff, you can make yourself happy by giving people the stuff that you have, that you don't use, that you don't want, but they need and they want. And they'll take care of it better than you if they're, if they're one of those type of people. So, George, what's happening? So if they're one of those type of people, that's what it is. So now, to take care of yourself, you got to take care of that happiness. You got to, because ain't nothing worse with, in my opinion. One thing that's pretty bad, because I'm saying ain't nothing worse, because there's a lot of things that could be worse. When you're unhappy or you're miserable and you don't know how to fix it because you don't know yourself, because you let all the outside trends and all the outside moves and all the outside waves in life dictate who you are and what make you a good person, a happy person. And all those moves and all those waves, they just didn't do it for you. They didn't sustain you. Like, I get sometimes people who are religious because it centers them. You got to find something that centers you and makes you content. Before you can get to happiness, you probably need to get centered and content. Because when you're centered and you're content, you know what can come and go in your life. Okay, this can leave. This I'm gonna need to stay. So you can protect the things that make you happy. You can protect the things that make you content. You can protect the things that make you centered, and they're gonna always, as long as you're living, have you in a good space. But all that other stuff, it's just stuff. You got to take care of yourself. Real talk. Now the other part about this, excuse me, take care of yourself during the journey. There's going to be a process in the journey to everything you go, every direction you take. There's going to be a journey. And sometimes, like people say, it's not the destination, that it's the journey. And if you don't take care of yourself during the journey, you'll never reach the destination. So don't let the journey discourage you to the point where you're not your best self when you get to the destination. Don't break yourself up and tear yourself down. And then when you get to the destination, you're too broken to enjoy it. You're too beat up to enjoy it. You're too sick to enjoy it. You're too burnt out to enjoy it. Don't do that. Enjoy the journey. Because if you enjoy the journey, you're taking care of yourself during the journey. You can have a long-term plan, and the end is this, but you don't have to be so, straight line, like that you can't smell the roses while you going there. Smell the roses while you going there. Because some people, you can never get the time back. You're never going to get the time back. So those moments that you don't think are good. Thanks, Poke Dog. Thank you, fam. Thanks. Like stuff like this, I appreciate y'all. I really do. But he said, go party. Like, yeah, make the journey fun. Make the journey fun. Very, very much so. Make the journey fun. Because if that journey becomes a chore, and I don't have a problem with chores, but if the journey becomes such a chore that you're not happy along the journey, you might stop before you get to the destination. So you got to take care of yourself. Because some people can't take it when something is like a job, a chore. They just don't want to do stuff no more. So take care of yourself during that journey. You need to be there. So, and even and take care of yourself for the journey aspect. Because maybe, just maybe, you're going to have to impart how to get centered, how to validate yourself, how to take care of yourself, how to go about the journey to tell somebody else. Like part of when we talk about people in legacy, that's passing on something. You can't give people the best advice in life by doing what you did because, what's up, Will? By doing what you did because it might not work the same way for them than it did for you, but you can tell them how it worked for you and why it worked for you. And maybe, just maybe, they can take something of that and it works for them. Astro Knight, thanks, fam. You know, yeah, exactly. Great. Enjoy the little things, you know. So along the way, you got to take care of yourself during that journey. Because if you don't, I've seen people who have a lot of regrets. And it's not like they didn't make good decisions, but they regret not enjoying the journey, and they look back at it like they don't have good memories. You know, from looking at themselves from the outside, they weren't enjoying the journey. They weren't taking care of themselves. They were taking care of the moment. And sometimes nothing wrong. I'm gonna say this: nothing's wrong with being in the moment and taking care of the moment. But at some point, before or after that moment, take it all in. Take it all in. Like, this is dope. Because some things that we do in life, other people haven't done. Like I was talking to my mother a couple of days ago, and I had a family member who died, and is one of my mother's cousins. And she was saying, you know, even my life exceeded her life so far. Like the things that I've done in life, she hasn't done. And I didn't think about it like that because I thought to myself that, you know, we all can have a full life, but we all don't. We all don't. And the fact that we all don't is part of the issue, because guess what? You don't know that you might feel like I'm just here, you know, because I'm like that. I'm like, I got so much more to do and so farther to go that I'm just here. But guess what? You just being here might be so far ahead of somebody else who wish they could get there. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. So I hear you, Keith. I hear you, Keith. Oh man, that's hard. That's hard to deal with. Now, the other part about this is it's not just a journey. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself in your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, the things that your belief in self. Take care of that, because if you don't, you're gonna let the world dictate your belief in yourself to you. Don't do that. Because how can you take care of yourself when you don't believe in yourself and you let the world tell you you'll never be this and you'll never be that? You know, America is filled with people who had ambitions and dreams, and they believed in them and they succeeded. I'm not, and some people got there faster than others. Some people got there early. Some people got there late. But do not be a person who doesn't believe in yourself to the point that everybody else could be it, but you can't. They're human beings just like you are. They may be in a better circle. They may have had a better circumstance. They may have had a lucky break. This, that, and the third. Whatever happens, happens, right? But believe that it can happen to you too. You know, because if you don't, and you believe it's not going to happen to you, and sometimes it never will, because you're self-sabotaging your self-fulfilling prophecy. Like self-sabotaging yourself with a self-fulfilling prophecy is what I'm saying. Indigenous, my bad, fam. You know, yeah, I talked about that earlier, fam. So, you know, that's the problem. Believe in yourself. Like, I don't, if somebody tells you you're too big, you're too small, you're too young, you're too old, you know, you ain't, you got nothing, you got everything. Why? Believe in, hey, look, this is what I want to do, and I want to do this shit, you know, because now we're at a point where if you're looking out into society, people who were in your position in life because of technology, because of social media, you can see people who were in your same position. Well, wait, what's happening? Who's in your same position, who's in your same situation, who came from a similar upbringing, a similar background, maybe the same city, maybe the same family situation, whatever it was, right? They held on to their belief in their belief in self and their dreams and aspirations, and it came true. Now, are there people out here who didn't make it? Yeah. And the reason I'm gonna say this is, don't think that everybody who believes in themselves and have a dream that they made it in the thing that they wanted to be. Like, you know, people, I want to be a basketball player. Some people wanted to be other things, and why and that didn't go through, but they still wanted to be something. That's why people have multiple dreams. Some people say, I got this one dream and that's it. That's not, you know, that one dream that you may have, believe in it, believe in yourself, believe you can do it. But you may reach that dream, and that dream may be a springboard to bigger things. Or you may not reach that dream, and you might wind up falling into things that'll wind up being bigger things for you. As long as you believe in yourself and believe you're going to be something or someone or something important, you know, it's weird to say the get rich or die trying mentality. Well, I'm going to make it. I don't know how I'm going to make it, but I'm going to make it. 10 years might go by. 20 years might go by. And people are looking at you crazy, but eventually you're going to make it. Because you committed to something. You committed to believing in yourself, not whatever the craft is per se. You know, and sometimes people don't think about it, that time, that quote unquote waiting season where you're doing something and it's not popping off the way you want, and you bubbling. You don't know that you're bubbling. You don't know that you're a big deal. You don't know that you're about to be a big deal. Isha, what's going on? What's up, Vaughn? You don't know that you're going to be a big deal. Thinking of Vaughn, I'm thinking of Von Miller. I don't think y'all know this. And people who know who Von Miller is, because I'm a football fan, Von Miller is, you know, linebacker, DN, however you want to call it, but great football player. When Von Miller was in college, he was going to leave. They called his father to make sure he go back to school. If he would have left, he would have never been Von Miller. You know, and ironically, you know, some people have a dream of just, I want to do this at this point. No problem, Tyrone. I've already found the secret. Yeah, like Keith, like we got several dreams. It's nothing wrong with that. Believe you can do all of those things. Yeah, I mean, to a degree, just like Tyler Perry. Because if you think about Tyler Perry in that movie Acrimony, Tyler Perry is the dude. For years, Tyler Perry was doing plays. Years. And at first, the plays wasn't popping off, but he kept doing it. And then it popped off. And he is much bigger than he probably ever thought he would ever be. Because he believed in himself. He didn't know it was going to get to this part. Mike, what's going on? He didn't know. What's up, George? I'm definitely still jealous of you. But you hear me listening to Luther in the background because I'm working on my. You ain't gonna never riff like me. I told you I'm the lead singer of these Temptations. Oh, and Mike, that CHI. But believe in yourself, man. You know, a healthy belief in yourself can take you places that you never dreamed that you'd go. And I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it. A person will be like, man, I believe that I could be something good, great, and I focused on just the process of being great. What's up, Mike? And being the best. When I say be great, I'm talking about being the best that you can be. Legend, what's happening? Because a lot of people don't get that. And I'm gonna transition this to saying this about, take care of yourself by trying your best. Because if you don't understand, some people don't understand the pride you get from giving it your all and laying it all out on the line. You win some, you lose some. But the fact that you can be proud of yourself. You can look at yourself in the mirror. If you give your best effort and you don't shortchange yourself, and you don't shortchange the process of being the best that you can be, it does a lot for you internally because you sit there and you're like, I did everything I could do. I gave life every bit of blood, sweat, and tears that I could give it. I gave every breath meaning. I gave every word something. Tyrone, I got you. So you gotta try though. Like sometimes because I don't want a person to say I believe in myself. Because I talk to my son about this. I tell him you can't just believe in yourself without putting forth the effort. Don't think you could be the greatest. That's not true. If you believe in yourself and you feel like you can be great, that means you're gonna put the work in. You're gonna put that effort in. You're gonna be like, oh, I believe in myself, and I believe I'm just as good as these other people. So when you believe you're just as good as these other people, you believe in putting in the work to show the world. I take that back. To show yourself that you're just as good as these people. Because if you don't try, what you doing? You can't succeed if you don't try to. If you don't put in the work to succeed, if you don't try to succeed, it's not just gonna come to you. Take care of yourself by trying to be your best. Because you'll never be your best, in my opinion. Because you might be your biggest critic, and you're always gonna see something to improve on. But you're gonna know when you do great work. You're gonna know when you put it all together. That's why you hear people who do great things, and they say, "Oh man, did you just get all of your potentials out?" And they said, "Nah, I got 40%. That was about 70% of my best self. That's about 80% of my best self." Nikiva, what's going on? Jessica, what's going on? It's because they're their hardest critic, and they can see mistakes that they made that damn, I can be better than that. Yeah, that worked. I'm good. I did my job. I'm great at this, but I could be better than that because I'm trying my best. And a lot of times we get lost with that, because if you don't try your best, a lot of times people are haters, right? People are haters because they didn't take care of themselves, because they didn't try to improve themselves, and they're seeing people who they feel like they are better than be better than them. But those people put the work in. Those people put the time in. Those people actually believed in themselves enough to do it. Those people actually believed in themselves enough to put themselves out on a ledge and get, stones thrown at them and still get up and keep moving. You get what I'm saying? Don, what's happening? So that's a problem. So if they gonna hate, they gonna hate. But just because they hate, they don't stop you from trying your best. Because somebody hates you, they want to see you fail. But if you do trying your best, you don't really care about that. You ain't got the time to care. You really don't. Because you're looking at yourself like, and sometimes, and it might sound weird, but sometimes a hater's right. Sometimes a hater is right. Because they might have seen something that you saw, and it was definitely true that you need to improve on that. But guess what? If you're trying your best, you're trying to make improvements. That's the best part about trying your best. That is the best part about trying your best. MOT, what's happening? MKT, what's happening? Big Duke, what's up? Like, if you're trying your best, you're going to always try to make improvements. You're going to be looking at it like, all right. You might not even be completely happy with yourself and your performances in life because you're like, nah, I got more to offer. But you might not understand that helps you take care of yourself. Because if you are your biggest critic and you think you can be better, you're going to work on improving yourself. And you're going to take care of your health. You're going to take care of your decision making. You're going to take care of the situations that are going on with you and around you. Because you want to see what you are at your best. You want to have that moment like, I got it all together. Now, I say that to say this. Take care of your mental health. Some situations can hurt you. Some situations can break you. If some childhood situations can hurt you or cause you problems in life, teenage situations, young adult situations. When you're grown, you can have situations that really throw you off, right? Because I was talking to a friend of mine about this. George, hey, but right now I'm Luther. I'm Lil Luther. I ain't got the curl though. I'm Lil Luther right now, and I'm gonna be the lead singer from now to perpetuity. But that's part of the issue. Like, we were talking about somebody earlier today, and it's like, they change. And I was like, Diallo, what's happening? Priscilla, what's going on? Goshen, thanks, fam. Man, I thank you. I really thank you. Y'all be killing me, man. Yeah, you making me sentimental. I feel like Oprah sometimes. I ain't gonna tear up. I'm a sensitive guy sometimes. I don't expect this type of stuff. But once again, thank you. We were talking about a friend of mine, not a friend of mine, but somebody who I know, and they know, and it's like they changed, and I was like, I know why they changed. And they're like, what happened? I said, well, somebody important in their life died. And what happens when you have somebody who you think the world of, and they think the world of you, and they pass away, and you might not be, if you're young, it might affect you more. Or if you're not mature enough to handle it, it might affect you more. You might not be ready to step in those shoes, right? So, B, what's going on? You ain't gonna never be the lead singer of this Temptation. Stay your ass and back up. I'm Ralph, you Bobby. And kick you out the group. Yeah, just like Mike Tyson. Like, somebody could die and it changes you. It changes you. And I was thinking about that because people don't understand that might change your mental health. Be kind, what's happening? It might just change your mental health because now you don't know how to operate in the world without that person. You can only think of and I know this to be true, like when some people die, you think of them in memory, right? And when you think of them in memory, you think about what they would say to you. You know them so well, you know what they would say to you, but it breaks you up that you want to hear their voice say it to you, right? So I was thinking about that because you got to take care of yourself when your closest people die. When your grandparents, your parents, your best friends, and I've seen this, people who lost their children, miscarriages, because you lose your kid, right? And you can't take care of yourself because that split does something to you, and you don't know how to get out of that. Yeah, part of you remains there. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy about that is if you can't never get past that, people might see you. This person was this stoic person who got it all together, and this thing happened and it broke them, right? And now nobody can be there for you because they don't view you as a broken person. They view you as this stoic person, regardless. Aaron, what's going on? Oh, I'm not just talking about death. I'm talking about mental health. But at the moment, I'm sorry, I don't want you to go to two things and be death talking. I'm trying to say about, you got to take care of yourself, to take care of your mental health, because I've seen people break down like that. Yeah, you change forever. Yeah, the world get turned upside down. And when it get turned upside down, people don't know how to deal with you when your world is turned upside down. They know how you deal with everybody else when their world is turned upside down. So you got to take care of yourself just in case your world gets turned upside down, because the very people that you might need the most might not be there. They might not be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a video on mental health, Priscilla. And the reason I'm saying this, like, when you got to take care of your mental health, because think about it. I've seen people who had nervous breakdowns and mental breakdowns, and because they put their faith in people, and the people let them down, and they've never been the same. And sometimes people let people down on purpose because they don't want to be that no more to somebody. And then they can't handle that this person doesn't want to be somebody else's rock, basically, right? What's up, Chief? So you got to take care of your mental health. Like, if you don't, and this goes with a financial situation. Sometimes, because I was thinking about what Marshawn Lynch was talking about it. Because, if y'all don't know, that little clip about taking care of your chicken and take care of your money, because people out here, you don't want to have mental issues. It was a brother this year that used to play on the Raiders. And he was a running back, like one of the backups, one of the running backs. And he got out of football and it was over with. And he died. I think he was like 25, maybe 25, 27, something like that. He died, right? Because things weren't taken care of, and the finances part of it for him to reach his dream, and then it was over, but then he had nothing to show for it. Then he just go broke, because part of what I was reading about and listening to was Shannon Sharp was talking about 87% of the black men in the NFL go broke. They get divorced at the end, and then within 3 years they go broke. 87%. So 100% of these guys are millionaires when it's all over, and 87% of them are broke when it's all said and done. And that messes with you. And I remember Mike Tyson talking about that. A clip with him, Jamie Foxx was talking, and Jamie Foxx said, Mike Tyson was happy that he was broke because everybody wasn't around him, and the entourages, kind of stressed him out. So keep your mind right. And another reason why I say keep your mind right in the mental health is this, which is more important. When your mind is right, you can make good decisions, and you're making decisions from a good place. But if your mental health is off, you're making decisions to pacify yourself and get out of that bad place. And those bad decisions might ultimately have bad consequences. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that, because you making this decision because you just want to feel good for this moment, and it is impulsive. And somebody else is going to take advantage of you because they're looking at you like, oh, this person is vulnerable, and now I could get them right now for their own self-interest. And sometimes it's not just that; it's just the mental health part of it. Of when you make good decisions, you can sleep at night. Like, so sometimes you got people who have a hard time sleeping because they have something on their mind that they want to do or finish, and they can't until the job is done. They can't really rest, which is very understandable. And then you got certain people who made decisions that weren't so good, and the decisions keep them up at night because they don't know how it's coming or when it's coming. Chief Rocker, what's popping? You know, and it gets at folks. It really gets at folks. So take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. And this is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Parents, take care of your mental health. Because a lot of these mommy issues and daddy issues that adults have and teenagers have right now and kids have that you see is sometimes your parents, from taking care of everybody else, they broke themselves. Mentally they got broke. They got broke. And what you saw, because you were closest to them or close to them, you got to see the breaks, and then it scarred you, you know? And don't let your job control you. Yeah, I'm about to get to that too, fam. You saw them break. You saw that, and you was like, I don't never want to be like that. I don't this, that, and the third. But you didn't understand what went behind that. You didn't understand, because a lot of us don't understand our parents' story, our grandparents' story. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand their experience. We don't understand the things, the world that they lived in, the adversities they faced, and how some small things mean the world to them, and some small things can trigger the hell out of them. You know what I'm saying? So, take care of your mental health. Now, I'm glad the last part I was going to talk about is take time for yourself. Because when my grandmother was living, you know, and I even put this in the book about the non-custodial father book, about you got to take time for yourself. Now, personally, how can I say this? Personally, I think sometimes people are too superficial in the time that they take for themselves. But if it works, it works. But if you're having a rough day, take time for yourself to take care of yourself. Take time to decompress. If you have an issue, you know, if you're having an issue and it bothers you, take a break. Come back. You know what I'm saying? Come back. You know, because you don't need that. You know, because sometimes, you know, and we as human beings, we see this. Meridian, what's happening? You know, we see this, and I do this to people from time to time. If I see somebody's having a hard day, like I might be going into a business or something like that. I'm going to a restaurant and I'm seeing somebody is riding the waiter, or I'm seeing somebody at this particular job is really having a hard day, and you can see it. And I try to lighten the mood. Like I try, hey, you know, you ain't gotta help me like right now. You know, come back, or I'll joke with them. Go be like, hey, I get it. Like you ain't gotta do none of that. I'm not one of those people to believe in to exasperating a bad situation. I want you to take time for yourself because you need to be in a good space. Like, and I'm gonna say something. Friend of mine's birthday was Saturday. Yesterday, she wanted to go to brunch, so I took her to brunch, and she did something at the brunch that I don't like. But that's still we tight, so that's like family. But we went to this restaurant, and these girls came in, these women, young women came in or whatever, and they came in and tried to skip the line, and the lady told them, no, you got to go there. And then the girls messed around, called the girl a bitch for telling them that, right? So as we going up to the counter next to start ordering or whatever, she has to tell the girl about the whole story about how she's not a bitch and they called her a bitch. I'm like, look, she didn't even hear that. So don't put that on her. So to give her a reason to get upset, like give her, if she didn't hear it, it never existed. You don't need to interject drama into a person's life because guess what? Now you put them in a situation now they might need to take time for themselves because now they're offended about something they didn't even know existed. That ain't really that big of a deal, you know, because she ain't gonna never see them girls again. And I think about that because it happens in life where people don't realize you're gonna have to take a moment and chill out and bring peace to a situation and not bring drama to a situation because you got to go home and it might just be you. Like I got friends and family that couldn't go home. Like, and what I mean by can't go home is, well, I'm saying take care of yourself is I can sit in the house. Like right now, this is the only thing on in my house. Me talking now, it's the only thing. TV not on, radio not on, nothing. I can sit in the house and it can be complete silence. And I'm chill. I have friends and family who can't do that because they don't take time for themselves and they're not centered. Their mind is racing or their regrets are eating at them and the decisions that they make, everything, they can't shut that stuff down. Cool, Jim, what's popping? I'm sorry, man. They can't shut it down because they don't take time for themselves. They always got to be out. It's always got to be popping. They always got to, let me go here, let me go there, let me be on the scene. And they don't want to be out and doing things or even out in the nightlife, which they're not really, just out around people. Sometimes you're social and sometimes you're getting away from you. So take time for yourself so you don't have to put yourself in a situation where you always got to be around people so you can get away from you. To a degree, that's what social media is. When people are on Instagram all the time, you're getting away from you and you're looking at everybody else's life. So take some time for yourself. Take a break. When people go on vacations, I get that. But if you're going to go on a vacation and actually take a break. But because you're going to need to be your best self for yourself. So take care of you for you. What's up, Miss J? Because if you don't, and I'll speak on this a little bit now. If you don't take care of you, make the assumption that nobody else will. Now I went to see Bad Boys last night. Like I went on a date last night with somebody else after I left the brunch. And the little scene that they have when Martin is talking to Will Smith, you're dying your goatee, Mike. That's Midnight Cocoa Bean. I recognize that. Well, there's a scene, I hate to be a spoiler, where Will is in the hospital, or Mike L.A.R is in the hospital. And he's incapacitated at the moment. And Will and Martin's character is putting a dye in his beard while he's out of it. Because that's his friend. They're family. You take care of your family and your friends when you love them. But the way we look at society now, people are not taking care of each other. So you got to assume that, ain't nobody going to be there to put on You muted? Okay, cool. I'm glad. I'm done with it. Nobody is gonna be there to put on your midnight cocoa bean on your beard, right? It's a and MKT is a good movie, by the way. Just personally, I don't think it's the best Bad Boys as far as action is concerned, because I think less action because they're older. But I will tell you this: as far as the storyline and plot, is that one in the second, like all of three of them had a good storyline. So the good storyline is there for me, just in my opinion. But Martin is funny. He cracks things up. Careless Whisper, thank you. I mean, if I'm bringing something that is worthwhile to people, that's all I care about. To be perfectly honest, but the reason I'm saying this is because you got to take care of yourself. I gotta check. I gotta check out. I'm off Wednesday, so I'm gonna go see the one with Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. What's happening, living in Dan? What's happening? So take care of you. And I'm reason like take some time, or going back to what I'm saying, take some time for yourself. Because when I see people go on vacation, and it's the weirdest thing to me is when I see people go on vacation and they come back. Some people don't come back refreshed. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, it might sound weird. I don't even like vacations. Like when I put in for vacation, the vast majority of the time that I'm on vacation, I'm at home. Because I'm cool being at home. Like I'm like, this is, I guess, my little sanctuary place in the world. I guess because I can take time for me. Like if when I go out and I go on vacation, and it might sound weird, I see so many people who seem to be going through it that it's like and I'm trying not to pay attention to it, that it'll tear my vacation down. To this day, I went back home. And when I've been home, New Orleans, I was in the French Quarters, going down St. Peter's, because we was walking from the French Market. We was walking from like in the back part, St. Peter's, all the way up to Canal. And I never forget this. It was his brother who just broke. He was crying. He was like tore up. And he's walking towards us. And I at that point I kind of stuck. I was like, I don't know how I can help the brother. I'm on vacation because I don't live in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with her, and I'm looking like, it saddens me when I see when a black man is crying in public. I know something bad, because we don't do that. We don't, when a man is crying in public in general, I know it's something serious. But seeing a brother like that, like, yo, I wish. Damn, I would have thought. I was in the DMV too, dog. I was in the DMV. Like, watch this. Hold up. I'm gonna tell you. Meridian, born in New Orleans, right? Grew up there. Grew up on the west side of Chicago. And I was in the DMV. My dad and mom at one point was in Silver Spring, Maryland, and then my dad was in DC. So I was there too. You know what I'm saying? I had the white EU hat doing. I had all that. I see you, Miss J. Baytown, what's up, Walt Diddy? I know. Okay. Hope you enjoy yourself out there. Y'all know it's crawfish season. You know it's about to go down, right? Yeah. Yeah, but I was in DC for a minute. I had some of my best experiences as a kid, actually in DC. Like I used to be one of those kids. Cause I left actually from New Orleans, and I went to Chicago first, and then I went to the DMV, and then I went back to New Orleans and then back to Chicago. It was weird. Po' boys and king cake, man. These king cakes out here suck, man. You know what? You playing Meridian, but you know what? I might have to order a king cake from New Orleans. Oh, I'll tell y'all a quick petty story, right? So years ago, when Katrina happened, um, I was already here. So I took in some friends and family in Texas. So maybe about a year, 2 years after Katrina, um, everybody was scattered everywhere. So what I did was I ordered a gang of king cakes from Gambino's. I want to say it was Gambino's. And I sent, because they could ship king cakes everywhere. So I sent a shitload of king cakes, like all my family, all my close family members, and all these different cities. And at the same time, I was flying to Atlanta to see some family members. So they got the cakes before I got there. Mahogany, what's going on, sugar? So they got the king cakes. So when I land in Atlanta, I get a phone call from Charlotte, from Carolina. My dad had a heart attack. He ate the damn king cake, had a damn heart attack. So I land on a plane, rent a car. I'm thinking I'm about to go into Atlanta, drive 3 hours to Charlotte to see him in the hospital, and then come back to Atlanta. I was like, well, I ain't no more king cakes for me, player. I ain't ordering nothing else. But at the same time, it was just a gesture, right? Now let me get back to this real quick, because I'm scared to order king cakes because of this to this day. But as far as taking care of yourself, and I'm saying make time for yourself, set the mood. Like a lot of times when y'all hear me doing these videos, y'all can always hear music in the background. I like good music, but it always sets the mood. Like I don't like one of my homegirls. I was talking to her today, and she was like, she was at a day party and she left 30 minutes in. I was like, why you leave? She said, well, they're playing ratchet music and I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want to be listening to ratchet music all the time because it annoys me. And when I say set the mood, you got to set the mood for yourself. Set the mood for yourself to take care of yourself, because you don't need all the rah-rah in your life all the time. Because if you set a aggressive mood, your life is going to wind up being aggressive. If you set a chill mood, your life is going to be chill. If you set a fun mood, your life is going to be fun. So you got to take care of yourself in that aspect. Yeah, you're going to be the death of me. Yeah. Marie, look, I got issues, bro. I did the same thing when I was I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't eat sandwiches to this day. Me and certain foods got issues. I don't eat sandwiches. I'm going to get back to what I was saying about setting the mood. But I'm going to just tell y'all this real quick story. When I was like 8 or 9 years old, I was back in New Orleans. I was living with my grandmother. My older cousin that went to college. So my grandmother always took care of us at that particular point. So I used to watch Tom and Jerry cartoons. And you know how they used to make them big-ass sandwiches on Tom and Jerry, them big sandwiches? I thought that was cool. So I decided, Grandma, I'm gonna make you a sandwich because I'm gonna make you dinner because you always making dinner for us, right? So I made my grandma this big ass sandwich and some chips, and she was all happy about it because I had did it. What's happening? East Bay, what's happening, X? So I made her this sandwich. About 4 or 5 hours later, my grandmother had a heart attack. It's me and her. We the only people in the house. So I'm like 8, 9 years old. I'm calling 911, address this, that, and the third, right? So they come, they get her. I got to go around the corner to Mr. L.A.R's house. And it was like, you saved your grandmother's life, because if you didn't do this, she'd be dead. So all my family is, calling, check on her, and they calling me and seeing this, that, and the third, and I'll just tell her what happened. So from that point on, I ain't never made sandwiches ever again. I was like 8, 9 at the time. I ain't made a sandwich since. You want some peanut butter and jelly? No. You want ham and cheese? No. I still, and that's just, with the white bread. Like, I still don't go to a place like Subway. I be, nah. Nah, player. Nah. No, thank you. Lunch meat and me don't get along, right? All that. The Lunchable is the closest thing I get, but yeah, it goes. That but my grandmother survived, so that was the most important part. But no more sandwiches. I ain't ate a sandwich in, burger. Yes, sandwich. No, but get, getting back to oh man, yo, what's happening? But getting back to the taking care of yourself part, and taking time for yourself, and it's setting the mood, right? The older I get, the more hustle man, hustle. What's up? All right, what's happening? Uh, the older I get, I hear more, people talk about energy. I'm not a fan of that. But the energy. Well, I get what they're saying, but you know how you can tell somebody's energy? Look at the mood that they set for their lives. Look at the mood that they set for their lives. Exactly. Treat yourself like an investment. Don't make no sense. True. That's true. I don't want no sandwich, baby. I don't have bread in my house. I don't buy bread. Dead ass serious. I don't buy bread. Um. So the take care of yourself in the sense of set that mood, because these people, when you say they got a bad energy, I can guarantee you, if somebody you feel has a bad energy, all right, what's going on? Like, if you feel like somebody has a bad energy, a bad vibe, look no further than the music they listen to, the books they read, and the things they watch on TV. Dollar Washer, I couldn't. Walking by, when I walked by the guy, it found out that he got into a fight and he got fired. Like, somebody at his job, because he was working in the French Quarters, like somebody basically picked a fight with him at work and it got him fired. And that hurt his feelings, So, because he was walking by this way, like we walking, like if I'm walking to you, you would go like this, and I'm like, oh man. And then as I get like maybe a half a block forward, that's where he got fired from. And I hate to say this, but it was basically a white tourist who came to town and wanted to treat him like he was less than a person. And he picked a fight with the guy, and the guy got fired because of it. And the white person was all customers always right type thing, and it was some bull, But get back to the mood thing. Like, set that mood, man. Set that tone for yourself. Set that tone for yourself. Because if you don't, like I had a girl. She's a friend of mine, and I know she got in my car, and I was playing Anita Baker. Like, when I ride, I'm playing like Anita Baker, Luther Vandross, Marvin Gaye, Isley Brothers, Gregory Isaac, stuff like that. Like, Motown, Stax Records, or just some good R&B, right? And sometimes some good rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got the LL Cool J Greatest Hits in my car. I'll be banging that, and I'll be bringing like Speaker Box, not the Low Below. I'm listening to Speaker Box, but just music that has a good vibe to it. And she got in my car, and I was playing Anita Baker. She's like, ah. So years later, she had to live with me, and she just left like a few months ago because she needed a place to stay for a while. And come in the house, I cut YouTube on, like y'all hear the music playing. Yeah, all the classics. Like y'all, like you hear the music playing in the background when I'm doing the videos. The same thing. I cut the TV on and do the same thing. When I don't watch, because I don't watch TV, so that the music will be playing. And at first, she was disgusted because of the type of music I was playing. After some time passed, I could hear her in the house playing gospel music and R&B or new type of R&B that was cool music, right? And she started setting the tone for herself, and you could see her demeanor change. And that was the thing. I'm like, if you don't set the mood for yourself and set the tone for your mentality or your quote unquote energy, it won't. You're gonna be stuck. There's certain artists I don't listen to. I'm not finna listen to trap music. I'm not finna listen to drill music. I'm not finna listen to quote unquote gangster music because I'm like, I don't need to be in that vibe because I mess around and actually do something to somebody. So I'd rather listen to chill music. I'd rather have a house, and part of setting the mood is clean your house. It might sound weird, but clean your house. Clean your house, make it neat. Get some good scents in your house. Get some candles. Right now I got what is amber and oud plug-ins or whatever. Get a good smell so when you come home, when you cook, y'all, man, man, I love Marley, man. Like Marley, Gregory Isaacs, I listen to them a lot. I listen to them a lot. Like, Jamal, what's happening? Like personally, I'll say this right now. Music sets the tone for the day. Like, I listen to a lot of Raheem Devon, dope artist to me. I still listen to Miss Education, Lauryn Hill. I still listen to Anita Baker. Sometimes I get a old Aretha Franklin. A lot of Marvin Gaye because I love Marvin Gaye. Like he's like, sometimes Donny Hathaway. And I can't singing this song for you gets me kind of sentimental, but Someday We'll All Be Free. I love it. Isaac Hayes. I love it. You know what I'm saying? If some of y'all don't like, and I tell y'all one, Bobby Caldwell music, yeah. One of the dopest songs is Autumn. Like if you get a chance, and I think I'm gonna find it. Autumn Leaves, in French. Nat King Cole's Autumn Leaves is one of the dopest songs in for me because if you know the song Autumn Leaves, it's great. Like Autumn Leaves. See, when I type it in this joint, it just says it. Autumn Leaves, French version. But this is one of the dopest songs in the world to me because it sets the tone and it's kind of like a loving vibe. You know what I'm saying? But like I'll be at work listening to stuff like this. Sometimes, show and tell. Hey, y'all know about show and tell. That's my joint. But this is the part of it that people forget because good music changes you. Grover Washington, the Loneliest Monk. Like sometimes people don't like the on and off beat, but I dig that. Who's it? Oh man, I can't. Grover Washington made an album with shit. I listen to James Ingram too, but what's the other brother with the piano and the horn? Not whatchamacallit. Alexander O'Neal, y'all. Yeah, I do play Alexander O'Neal too. Like this type of stuff. When you set the mood for yourself, you really set the tone for your life, your day. Like you could setting a good tone for yourself helps you mentally to the point where if somebody throws you off your square, you in that good space already. Like some people pray, some people meditate. Like I do all of that stuff together in a day. Roy Ayers, man. Lamont Dozier. Lamont Dozier, his music is phenomenal. Hall and Oates. Is that Hall and Oates? I think so. It's another brother that worked with Marvin Gaye. It's not Dozier though, but he has his own albums. But I listen to I find older stuff. Find some old jazz records. find some obscure things sometimes, and still post. Some people don't know who that is. Some people do. And clowning about being in the DMV, I still listen to Chucky. You know, yeah. I'm listening to the French one right now. Like, that's one of the dopest songs. Leon Ware, thank you, Art. Leon Ware, like Leon Ware set such a good vibe for your day, because it's just smooth. Some Parliament the Funkadelic records because they're so fun. Yeah, I can't go for, like, Curtis Mayfield. That's my guy. Like, set that tone for yourself. Really set that tone for yourself. Oh man, because a lot of times we don't realize how, like, if you're reading books, read things that of good stories. What I mean by good stories that inspire you to do something. Like, I got a coworker right now reading The Alchemist, right? And she had a different version. I'm looking at it like, because it's like a 25th edition or something. And I got The Alchemist too. So it's like, that kind of stuff. A person who has the mindset, I can make something out of nothing. Miles Davis, yeah. But I'm Grover, Miles. Who is underrated? I was listening to The Dream recently. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Oh yeah. What's up, Mo? What up? I woke up. Daryl, like, jazz artists are some of the best. Sometimes, if you find an old record, and some people don't realize this about, how can I say this? Like, I got this thing from Frank Sinatra popping up, but Roberta Flack, you know what? Roberta Flack is the shit. But when you get yourself in these situations, change it. Just change your mood. Don't cut on no crazy shit. Like I said, when you go home, keep the house clean. Coltrane. Oh Lord, that's what I was thinking about earlier. Like, Grover and Coltrane got an album, right? Love it. I grew up listening to that. Michael Jackson, man. But I still like Butterflies with the way he remixed that Floetry. Glenn Jones, yeah. Like, all of that stuff is great, man. Because a lot of times when people listen to this crazy shit, oh man, I can't listen to Soulja Slim either. But anybody who y'all don't know about Soulja Slim, aka Magnolia Slim, you know what I'm saying? And watch this. Richard, my little cousin, actually, what is his little cousin name? Chaotic or something like that? My little cousin produces him. Bobby Womack is my guy. Bobby is my guy. But you got to set that tone for yourself. Change it. Like, really, really change your vibe. Because if you do, it changes a gang of things. I'm looking at stuff right now. Mint Condition, LTD. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're immersed in negative type of things. Oh, classical school. Oh wow, Dracula and Hannibal. That's dope. Herbie Hancock. Some people don't know about Herbie Hancock. That sucks, but some people don't. These type of things. Dave Hollister is my dude. Chicago 85 is one of the best. Matter of fact, while I say that, Raphael Sadiq, Tony Raphael Sadiq, like, to this day, Instant Vintage is one of the best R&B albums to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Teddy P, that dude. You say I have special. New Edition, all that. Like, set that tone that is based on that type of stuff. Hey, I'm just like you, Hustle. I just let it ride. No. Willie Hutch. If anybody, like, if y'all don't know anything, try Willie Hutch. Yes, the Commodores. But Willie Hutch is a great artist, old school guy. If y'all don't know about that, Jeffrey Osborne, that dude. Big Bug. Oh, dang. Like these are things that we don't um, take into consideration a lot of times. There are a lot of people who who could change the way you maneuver and the way you feel. You know, I still listen Avant, dope. You know, but all of that stuff is part of a good life. Hey man, Lionel Richie, that Sail On is still a classic. And we forget about stuff like that. Atlantic Star, you know what I'm saying? When you brought up Guy, people forget about Shy. People forget about Silk. You know what I'm saying? Drew Hill had a lot of classics. You brought up Jodeci. Like, listen to stuff, the stylistics. Oh, God. God, the style. Yeah. Like, what is the Brotherly Love? I forget who made that song. I'm going right down to the city of brotherly love. I forget who made that song, but that's like a great song to me. You know, and some of y'all, if y'all need a little diversity, listen to Chicago. Donnell Jones, absolutely. But do like change when you take care of yourself by changing that atmosphere and that tone. Like my homeboy in that Morel, that motherfucker got albums. He be like, where you get this here damn where you get that Juicy album? I'm like, how you still got that album? You know, Major Harris. People don't even realize Major Harris. You know, people don't even realize that Luther Vandross, Stevie, yes, songs in the Key of Life. If you listen to Stevie Wonder, electric computer, something like that, Electric Love or something like that. Stevie Wonder got a lot of songs that are great that people don't even know about, they're like under the radar. Like he's one of those artists where people know the big songs that have no idea he's got so many other songs that are equally as dope but are just underrated. Oh, Profile at 112 Lakeside, yes, absolutely. Matter of fact, you can't go wrong with Minnie Riperton. H-Town, man, weird thing. One of my older cousin was friends with the brother that died. He was friends with H-Town in general, but him and that dude was really good friends. And because I remember that hurt his heart when he passed in that car wreck. You know, Terrence Blank. Oh man, you know, in New Orleans, you know, all that horn culture is great. Then yeah, Montel Jordan. Montel Jordan was just here Saturday. The same homegirl I took to brunch for her birthday. She was mad because Montel Jordan came and did a show at a club out here called Grooves, but he was doing all his gospel stuff. He wasn't doing his own stuff. I was like, that's because y'all heathens. He about his gospel things. Chill out. Van Hunt. I like Van Hunt. You know, I like Van Hunt. But set these vibes. Aaron Hall, everybody likes Aaron Hall. He's a great singer. But people make jokes about the song Don't Be Afraid. It's like, that sounds like a song for a rapist. Like if you listen to it. But Aaron Hall has a great singing voice. Mint Condition, absolutely. But Harvey Mason never listened. The meters never listen. But what I'm gonna do now, because I think I've been on here long enough, I'm gonna get off of this thing because I gotta get up and go to work. Charlie is my nigga. Y'all made me get hood. Charlie Wilson is my nigga. Charlie, my nigga. I'm sorry. Gap Band. Charlie is my nigga. You can't get. Y'all just don't understand. Y'all really don't understand. Charlie, my nigga. And, oh, before I go, and Eric Roberson. Tower of Power. People don't realize Lenny Williams was the lead singer of Tower of Power. People don't. If you want a good album, right? It's an old album. My homeboy put me on Tigalero. Or is it Tigarella? Whatever. Eric Roberson and Fonte from Little Brother. Great album. Eric Roberson makes phenomenal music. Yeah, I talked about Thelonious Monk already. All that. Like, what winds up happening is New Birth. Ooh, New Birth, Bloodstone. People don't know about Bloodstone. Yeah, it's cool. But Bloodstone, what is that damn record? Bloodstone has like one of the best records ever. I'm gonna find it again because I used to play it all the time. But matter of fact, I'm gonna find this record and I'm gonna get out of here because is it Bloodstone or Wildflower? I forget the name of the group. But that damn record is like, okay, Bloodstone was go a long way back, Natural High, but that ain't the record. It's another group. It's Wildflower or something like that. They got a record called, oh Jesus Christ. If I can't think of that record to save my life right now. I played it so much, I know the words by heart when I hear the shit, but I don't know the damn record right now. But in the Whispers, oh God, the Whispers. Like, I'm gonna find this damn record in a minute though. I'm gonna find this damn record. I know that. Matter of fact, I know how to find this record right now. Switch, all that shit. I want to say it's Wildflower. No, New Birth, Wildflower. Nope, it's not that. It's not that. It's not Wildflower. Oh, screw it. When I find it, shit, I'll get back with y'all. But it's like, it's a love record with a man and a woman. Yeah. Dream Merchants. Let me get the hell out of here, y'all, because this record gonna have me tripping because I gotta find this shit now. And I ain't gonna pay attention to nothing until I find this record. So let me get out of here. I'm gonna thank y'all for coming out. Melly Jackson, God bless. Good night. I can't find this damn